right, good afternoon, class. Welcome back. Now it's time for ELA. So, of course, we do the poem first. So, I'm going to read you we're just going to read the poem today. Hopefully, we're back tomorrow. We're just going to read it. And then tomorrow, I'm going to ask you questions about it, okay? And we're going to read it again tomorrow as well, too. But just for today, we're just going to review, or not review, but just like go over, just read the poem, and then we'll go from there, okay? Because with these activity with the poems, we have to do this stuff in person. It's better in person. So I'm just gonna read you the poem. I'm not gonna ask any questions. We're just gonna read, okay? So our poem is called Animal Rights. So I'm gonna read it. Our cat won't use the cat flip or the cat flap anymore. He started to fight for his animal rights and insists that he uses the door. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to read it one more time to you, okay? Animal rights. Our cat won't use the cat flap anymore. He started to fight for his animal rights and insists that he uses the door. Okay, so there's a couple questions with that, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the vocabulary. But with this poem, I really want you all to be here in person to look at this. So hopefully, like I said, tomorrow we'll be back. And now we're going to move on to soccer friends. Okay, so that's our story for this week. Soccer friends. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to it. That's vocabulary. Soccer friends. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I guess I should have had this out and ready. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's loading. Perfect. Okay, so soccer friends. I'm just going to read you all. Make sure this is the right one. Yes. I'm going to read you the story, and then we're going to talk about the vocabulary that's with it, okay? So let me back away from the sun. Kelly couldn't wait until soccer season began. She could not be patient because she just loved racing to get the ball. She would use her imagination to picture the ball, and then she would fly toward it. Kelly practiced at home during the calm, peaceful mornings. At the first team practice, Kelly greeted her friends. She liked to chat and interact with them. Then she saw a new girl. That's Selena. She's a really fast runner, reported Kelly's friend Tara. At first, Kelly held her tongue and said nothing. She was worried. She always been the fastest runner on the team. Then she said, I can beat her. When practice started, Coach Troy had everyone lined up for races. Kelly was nervous and had butterflies in her stomach. Oh, you think she'll beat the new girl Selena? On your mark, get set, go, said the coach shouted. Kelly ran as fast as she could, but she noticed Selena getting ahead of her. Kelly tried her best but couldn't match Selena. Later, Kelly watched as Selena entertained some girls by bouncing the ball on her head. The girls laughed, but Kelly was not amused. That night, Mom could tell Kelly was upset. Can you describe what's wrong? She asked. A new girl named Selena beat me at the races. It stinks to get beaten, said Kelly. I know that's disappointing for you, Mom said, but it also sounded like good news for your team. Kelly thought about her mom's words. She cared about the team, but she liked being the fastest. At the next practice, the team played a game. Kelly and Selena were on the same team, and Selena was goalie. She quickly blocked the goal. Then Kelly got the ball, thumped it hard toward the net. She scored the winning goal. After practice, Selena said to Kelly, "You were really great today." "Thanks, so are you. I think our team can be great if we cooperate and work together," said Kelly. "I think you were right about that," said Selena. "I like to keep playing," Kelly said. "Want to come up to my house and practice?" All right, so the two girls became friends after that. You don't have to be mean to each other or think it's a competition all the time, okay? Just like the last story, you just gotta make the right choices and just be nice to one another, okay? All right, so there were some pretty good, actually, these are pretty good vocabulary for this week. So I'm gonna go ahead, because we're gonna do like we did last week, and we're gonna break down each vocabulary, okay? All right, go ahead and turn to this page. So make sure you have a piece of paper and pencil, okay? And actually, I'm going to tear this sheet of paper out if I can find it. Okay, so our first word is amused, okay? Amused. So I want you to think, before we talk about it, what does amused mean, okay? Amused. So I'm going to go ahead and write it down so you'll know how to spell it. So, because I want you to spell it. Amused. Okay? What does amused mean? Now, if something amused you, that means it made you smile or laugh, okay? It made you smile or laugh. Okay? So the kids told the jokes. Like you always do in class. The kids told jokes and amused each other. They made them smile or laugh, okay? That's what amused mean. Okay? So our next vocabulary word, I want you to think. So make sure, before I move on, make sure you have this. Amused. It made, oh, let me add something. I forgot to add something. It made you. I was after you. It made you smile or laugh. So make sure we have that. It made you smile or laugh. You can go ahead and pause the video if you need to. Okay? So let's go on to the next word. Our next word is cooperate. Now I want you to think. Let me show you the word. What does cooperate mean? Cooperate. Cooperate. It has two O's in it. So I want you to think. Cooperate. What does that word mean? Okay? You gotta think. Now, if you cooperate with someone, you are working together on something, okay? So, working together on something. So make sure you have that down. Cooperate. Working together on something. Okay? So for example, runners must cooperate to win a relay race. They must work together. Okay? So when you think of cooperate, work together. That's what it means, okay? All right. Let's go to our third one. Our third one is describe. So I want you to think, while I write this down, writing the word down, I want you to think, what does describe mean, okay? Describe. Describe. What does that word mean? Okay, so let's go ahead. Like I said, if I'm going too fast, just you can just pause the video, okay? So describe. If you are describing something, you tell what it is like. You tell what it is like. Okay, so make sure you have this down. Describe. You tell what it is like. So for example, I would describe my cat as small and fluffy. Yep, that person is describing their cat as small and fluffy. Okay? So far we got amused, corroborate, describe, and the next word is entertained, okay? So before I write that down, make sure you have this, okay? And if, like I said, if I'm going too fast, then you just can pause that video. I know that window is missing. It's okay. I'll just keep holding up like this. All right? All right, so our next word is entertain. So we'll go ahead and write it down. Entertained. So make sure you have this word. E-N-T-E-R-T-A-I-N-E-D. Entertained. Okay, so I want you to think, what does entertain mean? Okay, what is it? What word does that mean? Okay, so if something entertained you, it pleased or interested you, okay? So just think of something like that. It pleased you. So it pleased and interested you. All right, I'm going to give an example. So make sure you have this. So, for example, the funny clown entertained me. Okay, you were pleased and interested you. You called the clown funny. So you must like the clown. You must think you think he's funny. And it just pleased you, okay? So just something like that. Entertain. It pleased or interest you, okay? So I'll make sure you have this. You can pause the video if you don't have these 4 so far, but we got amused. Let's go ahead and review these 4 right here, and then we're going to go to the other 4. All right. So, amused. It made you smile or laugh, okay? Cooperate. Working together. You're working together with someone on something. All right? Describe. You tell what it is like. And entertained. It pleased or interested you. Okay? All right, let's go to the 5th vocabulary. Our next one is, I want y'all to think while I write it down. Imagination. I want you to think, what does imagination mean? Imagination. What does that word mean? Make sure you write this down. Imagination. what does this word mean? Okay? So let's see. Because we know with imagination, you're using that mind. So, your imagination is your ability to make up ideas and form pictures where? In your mind, okay? So, it's your ability to make up ideas and form pictures in your mind. So I will most definitely go ahead and pause this video right now so you can get all this down, okay? Because I'm going to move on in just a little bit. So, because I know this one is a lot to write. Can you see that? The thing was blinding. Okay? So I will go ahead and pause it so you can get all this down. But I'm going to say the example. So example, Ryan used his imagination to pretend he was in space. So like for me, I use my imagination to pretend I'm at the beach. I would rather be at the beach than in this cold, snowy day. Or like last week. Last week would have been perfect at the beach. So I didn't have to worry about the snow. Okay? Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next word. Our next word is interact. Okay? So I'm going to show you the word. Interact. I hope y'all see that. I know I keep moving it. Because it feels like the sun is like blinding it. No, can y'all see that? I hope y'all can. Okay. Interact. We're right here. Okay? Interact. All right. So I want you to think, what does interact mean? I want you to think about that. Interact. So, if you interact with someone, you are talking and working with them. Talking and working with them. Okay? So make sure you can see that. Maybe I should move this. Because I don't know if you can do this. Hopefully y'all can see this. If you cannot see this, that's okay, because we're going to go over this again tomorrow, so it's fine. If you cannot read this, it's okay if you cannot get this down. But if you can read this, interact. So it means you're talking, and working with them, okay? That's what it says. Talking and working with them, okay? So that's what interact means. And let's go ahead and go to the next word. So we have the next word is patient. Okay? Patient. So what does patient mean? So there's two different ways with this word. But I'm looking for one specific way like being patient. Okay? All right. So patient. It says if you are patient, you are able to wait for a long time for something. So you are able to wait for a long time for something. Okay, so hold on, I'm writing it down. I want you to get this, okay? All right. So patient. Remember, you can pause the video because I know this one's a lot to write too. So patient. You are able to wait for a long time for something. So for example, the boy was patient and waited for his friend to eat his lunch so they can go play afterwards, okay? So he was waiting patiently for his friend to eat his food so they can go play. Okay? So you are just waiting for a long time for something. All right. And then our last word is peaceful. What does peaceful mean? Okay, peaceful. All right. So a peaceful place is calm and quiet. So I'm going to put calm and quiet. That is what peaceful means. Calm and quiet. For example, it was peaceful in the quiet library because it was calm and quiet. Okay, calm and quiet. Make sure you have these vocabulary words down along with their definitions, okay? Peaceful, calm means calm and quiet. Okay? So those were our vocabulary words, okay? And we're going to move on to our phonics, okay? So for this week, our phonics is going over open syllable and regular plural. But for today, we're just going to go over regular plural. And then tomorrow, we're going to go over open syllable, okay? So with plural nouns, it means more than one. So right now, you can go ahead and just put your paper away. I just want you all to listen, okay? So with plural noun, it means more than one, of course. So, for example, with plural nouns, it comes with three things. The S, the ES, so the S, the ES, and the IES, okay? So, with the S, it means you're using this with most nouns. Like, remember what nouns are? A person, place, or thing. And plural just means more than one, okay? So, with the S, so let's look for the examples. It says dogs. So, that's the plural. So, the noun is dogs. But with that S, it makes it a plural. So, it makes it a plural noun. So, dogs, okay? And then we have books. So with books, that have the S at the end to make it a plural. Or like for park, we have to add an S at the end to make it plural. So parks. I like to play at 2 parks a day. Okay? And we have cats. So cat is a singular. So with cats makes it a plural. So cats got to add that S at the end. And then we have pencils, okay? We gotta have that S at the end to make it a plural noun. And then we have teachers. So we have more than one teachers. you see more than one teachers a day. Okay? And then we have crayons. So y'all use multiple crayons when you're coloring, like for a math sheet. When you're solving the math and we have a coloring sheet with that, you use a lot of crayons. And then we have windows, okay? Because window is a single, but with the S, windows, it makes it a plural noun, okay? So let's look at ES. It says with ES, it has the word, the singular word, has to end in an S, an SH, a CH, an SS, which means a double S, a Z, and an X. So remember that with the ES, it ends with an S, an SH, a CH, two S's, so double X, SS, a Z, and an X. So let's look at the example. Okay? So we have the first one, dress. Okay? Dress. Oh, that has a double S, so it has to have an ES. ES. So dresses. Dresses. Okay? Since it has that double S right there, that means it has to end in the ES. And to make it plural. So we have dress. That's singular. That's only one. But we want more than one, okay? So we have to add that ES at the end. So dresses. Remember, because it has that double S, it has those two S's. That means it's going to end in an ES. All right, so let's look at box. Let's look at box. There's a word box. That's singular, box. But I have two boxes. So it ends in an X. Box does. So B-O-X. But we're talking about plural. To make it a plural, we have to add that EX. Because remember, it X. So if it has an X, it ends in what? An ES. So B-O-X-E-S. Okay? Boxes. All right, let's look at the next one. Peach. Peach. I want to eat more than one peach, okay? So, peach. That ends in the C-H. So that means we have to use the ES. So, peach in plural will be peaches, okay? Peaches. All right, let's look at the next one. Which one have we not used? Yes, dish. If I have one dish, but I want to make it into a plural, okay, right here, dish. That means I have to add the ES because with ES, and SH is right there. So we have to use that ES. So dish is dishes. All right. And then let's look at the last one. Bus. Bus. Right here. It ends in a, what is bus? What letter is the end of bus? The last letter of bus is an S. So let's look. Oh, S is right there. Okay? So that means it has to end in the EX. So bus can turn into buses when you talk about more than one bus. So buses. That's the plural now. Okay? All right. So now let's look at IES. All right? So, with IES, that means the ending has to end in a Y. So, the singular now has to end in a Y. Okay? So, if I have like baby, baby ends with a Y. So, to make it a plural, you have to replace it with an IES. So, baby turns into babies when you're talking about more than one baby, okay? So, for example, candy, okay? So, when we talk about candy, I want more than one candy, though. So, we got to make that a plural. Candy ends with a Y. So, it turns into a IES, so candies, okay? So let's look at another one. What about puppy? Puppy ends with a Y. So we have to take out that Y. Where's puppy? Right here. We have to take out that Y and we turn it into an I-E-S. So it turns into puppies. Okay? Because remember, if it ends with a Y, if a singular word, if just a regular word ends with a Y, we have to replace it with I-E-S if we want to talk about it. More than one of them, okay? So if we want to talk about more than one candy, we got to change it to an I-E-S to make it a plural, okay? Because remember, a plural means more than one, okay? I know this is new. We're just getting started with this, so don't worry. This will not be the last day of us talking about plural nouns. But those are the main three, S, E-S, and I-E-S. And we'll talk about that more within the week. This is just an introduction. We're just getting started, okay? Like I said, today was mainly like a review. Okay, this is what we're going to be doing for the rest of the week type of thing, okay? So, I want you all to have homework in this in writing. So, I want you to think, which season, because I'm gonna tell you the seasons. So seasons is summer, winter, fall, and spring. Okay? So out of these 4 seasons, summer, winter, fall, spring, which ones do you love the most and why? Okay? Which one would you rather be in? Would you rather let it say summer? Would you rather be in the summer? Would you rather play in the summer, winter, fall, or spring? And I want you to give me 3 reasons why you chose this with the season. Okay? Which one do you love the most? Which one would you rather be in? Would you rather it to be summer all year long? Would you rather it to be winter all year long? Would you rather it to be the fall all year long, or spring all year long? Okay? I want you to give me 3 reasons why you chose that season. Okay? Because this also ties into science. So I want you to give me 3 reasons, and I want you to write in complete sentences. Okay? Because I will be grading these. Make sure your capitalizations are good, okay? Make sure the periods must be where they're at, okay? All right, so why? So choose which one of these which do you love the most, and I want you to give me 3 reasons why you chose these. Which one you chose, okay? All right. And that's our little writing activity. So that is all I have for today. I hope you have a great rest of the afternoon, okay? And hopefully I get to see you tomorrow. I really do hope so, because tomorrow, if we do go in tomorrow, that means we only get to see each other one time this week. But if we don't, I won't get to see you at all this week. And that just makes me sad. So I really do hope, because the party's still on. Whenever we get back to school, we will have this party, okay? We will still have the Valentine's Day party, so do not worry about that, all right? All right, y'all have a great rest afternoon. Have a great Monday, and hopefully I can see you tomorrow.